Sometimes we think we've lost a good man or a good woman, and I get it. I've been there myself. There was a time when I thought I had lost someone I really admired and cared about. But over time, I realized that losing them wasn't just about them leaving, it was a reflection of something deeper about me. Now, before we go further, I want you to ask yourself, what does good really mean? And how do you know you're actually losing someone? So here's what we're going to unpack in this video. Number one, what good really means, and how your idea of a good partner is often shaped by your past and emotional conditioning in childhood. Number two, why you're drawn to certain people and how attraction often mirrors the parts of yourself you've hidden or forgotten. Number three, we're going to talk about why you push some people away and how rejection can also reveal the parts of you that feel unsafe to express. Number four, we're going to talk about when loss is real and recognizing when you actually lost someone aligned and what that teaches you about responsibility and growth. And number five, we're going to talk about what loss revealed about you and how losing someone you thought was good can help you become more self-aware, emotionally aligned, and ready for genuine connection. Now, when we ask what makes someone good for us and how do we know we're losing them, it's really about perception versus the actual reality. And are we seeing them clearly, or are we projecting our own needs and fears onto them? Are we losing someone, or are we losing an idea, a reflection of something familiar within us? This question isn't just about relationships. It's about how we know ourselves, how we perceive others, and how much self-awareness we have about what we truly need and value in a partner. So now we're going to talk about attraction and projection. And pretty much this is why we are drawn to traits in others we have hidden in ourselves. And one side of this is the parts of ourselves we project onto others, the traits in them that mirror parts of ourselves we've denied or hidden or suppressed. For example, maybe you were naturally expressive with your feelings, but as a kid, showing emotion was seen as disrespectful. And so you feared punishment or criticism. So you learned to hide that part of yourself. And so later, you meet someone as an adult, someone emotionally open, and you feel drawn to them. Now, that expressiveness in them is really a mirror of the part of yourself you've been suppressing. Another example, maybe as a kid you were bold, you were ambitious, but your confidence was criticized as a child. And so you stopped showing it out of fear of rejection or control. Then you notice that in someone else is ambitious and bold. You're attracted to that. And so that attraction is really the part of yourself that you need to reclaim. And so losing someone like this isn't just about them leaving. It's an invitation to awaken those traits in ourselves and understand what we really need in a relationship. So now we're going to talk about the rejection / shadow side. The other side is the parts we reject in others, which often reflect the parts we've rejected in ourselves. A good example of this is maybe as a kid you were naturally emotional, but showing feelings was criticized. And so you hid your emotions. Then you meet someone who, in adulthood, who expresses emotion openly. And so you are really drawn and attracted to their openness at first. But sometimes it makes you feel really uncomfortable because internally it's reflecting what you've denied and suppressed in yourself. And so understanding both attraction and rejection shows us that the good traits we see in others are often mirrors of our hidden or denied traits. And sometimes the traits that make us uncomfortable are the same ones we need to reclaim within ourselves. And then there's the third option where real loss has occurred, right? And so there's this other kind of loss when we actually lose someone good for us because of our own choices or mistakes. Maybe we didn't show up fully. Maybe we weren't aligned with our own values, or we weren't ready to be the partner they needed. Maybe we cheated. We did all kinds of stuff, right? And so that kind of loss could teaches us responsibility and accountability. And it helps us to understand what it really takes to have a healthy, conscious, and aligned relationship. And so when we look at all these relational dynamics together, losing someone we thought was good is never just about them. It's about us. It's about the parts we projected and were drawn to, our lessons, traits we need to awaken in ourselves, and the parts we rejected or felt uncomfortable with are invitations, traits we need to reclaim and understand and feel and see. And the mistakes we made are just reminders of responsibility and alignment. And so this process helps us get clear on our real needs, our values, and what we truly want to be valued for in a partner. It's how we stop chasing someone just because they seem good and start creating relationships that are genuinely aligned, emotionally conscious, and in growth. So the truth about losing a good man or woman, it's not always about them leaving or you leaving. It's about knowing yourself, owning the parts of your personality you've hidden, and reclaiming those traits about yourself that you've denied. And I want you to step into relationships from more clarity and more alignment. And so losing someone can be painful, but it's also a powerful mirror for growth. And when you use that mirror wisely, it helps you find love that truly fits who you are and who you are becoming. Peace.